Get started. Good evening. If you would grab a psalm book and let's go ahead and do a couple of songs as we get started tonight. And then I've got a few announcements and I have somebody special to introduce tonight. Craig Green is actually going to introduce to us Roberto and tell us a little bit about Roberto. And he's going to take a few minutes to tell us about his work in the Philippines. But we are really happy to have him with us tonight. Let's turn to number 497. 497, Whispering Hope. I think we did this about a month ago and just love this song. 497. Soft as the voice of an angel, breathing a lesson unheard. Hope with a gentle persuasion whispers her comforting word. Wait till the darkness is over. Wait till life's tempest is done. Hope for the sunshine tomorrow after the shower is gone. Whispering hope, oh how welcome thy voice, making my heart in its sorrow rejoice. Hope as an anchor so steadfast rends the dark veil for the soul. Whither the Master has entered, robbing the grave of its gold. Come, then, oh come, glad fruition. Come to thy sad, weary heart. Come, O thou blessed hope of glory, never depart. Whispering hope, oh how welcome thy voice, making my heart in its sorrow rejoice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you all. Prayer-wise, Tina McDougall is doing well. She had her gallbladder removed yesterday. And according to Jason, it's the largest the guy's ever seen. He's taken out 2,500 of them around there. So it's a good thing she got that out, and hopefully she's going to start feeling a lot better. It's good to have Tim Borg with us tonight out in the lobby. He did well with his foot surgery yesterday. Noah Pascal has been having a lot of intestinal stomach issues. So he's going to be having some more testing done. They're also going to be taking his adenoids out pretty soon. So let's keep Noah in our prayers. Okay, wonderful. So Cindy's sister-in-law's last chemo coming up. Just found out from Bruce that Lyle has COVID. So Lyle said, please don't come visit right now. Also, Ada is not feeling well tonight, so the Shannons are in. Of course, Tommy, let's continue to remember Tommy in our prayers. Marge Purcell has made a bit of a rebound. She's been up and came to my Bible class last week, the week before, and today she wasn't in my class, but I went to her room and she's sitting there watching TV. So grateful that Marge is, I don't know, it's God's timing, right? So, yes. Yeah, boy, bless Kathy. She has really been through it. Okay, Helen's sister Kathy. Okay, we've got the Tennessee Children's Home Fall Food and Supply Drive underway. There's a flyer back here with items we're collecting, and we'll be collecting that for the next couple of weeks. Let's see, what else is going on? Men's breakfast, is that tomorrow? Man, it seems like we just ate breakfast the other day. All right, guys, tomorrow, be at Cracker Barrel. I'm glad I just saw this on here because I wouldn't have been there. Reboot and Embrace Grace. I think they're looking for 8 more meals. And there's a sign-up sheet here in the back. If you can help with that, or donations will be accepted to help take care of preparations. Hillbrook Fall Family Camp is coming up October 3rd through the 4th. And then it won't be too far away, our Fall Festival here on October 31st. So, all right, let's pray. Lord, thank you so much for our time together tonight. Lord, you've heard all of our requests. We're grateful that Tina got through surgery and Tim, and we pray for Noah, Lord, that they can figure out what's going on with his stomach issues. Bless Ada tonight as she's not well, and Lyle as he's dealing with COVID. For Marge, God, we continue to lift her up to you, grateful that she's doing a little bit better. And for Tommy, God, we also rejoice that Tommy is making progress. We know it's going to be slow, but just help him to continue to gain weight. God, I pray for Cindy's sister-in-law, and grateful that her cancer treatments are about done. God, I pray for Kathy Monroe, that they can figure out what's going on with her GI issues. And others, God, that are in our hearts and minds. God, it's good to have Roberto with us tonight, and look forward to hearing from him here in a moment. So thank you. We love you. Thank you for the work that's being done throughout this world, is sharing the good news of Jesus. And it's in Christ's name we pray. All right, Craig.
So we used to live in Carnes, so when we lived in Carnes, we went to Carnes, and they have the School of Preaching there, and Roberto came, 2010 you say? 2010, and it was an adopt-a student, and when Jill does anything, she does it all the way or no way. So he's our other kid. He's only a few years younger than us, but he's our other child. And because he was from the Philippines, he stayed with us every holiday and that kind of stuff, more so than some of the other students. So we really got to know and love Roberto and his family, even though we've never met his family. We get to know him. And I'll let you he'll tell you his story about his family and everything. But Roberto's just a really hard worker for the Lord. He came over here to get an education with every intent of going back and spreading the word in the Philippines, which is a majority Catholic, he tells us. So he's a struggle uphill all the way for him with the people in his organization. So Roberto, come on up here and introduce yourself and tell him a little bit about what you're doing. And we're very proud of him. So if he doesn't brag on it enough, I will.
Hello, good evening everyone. I'm so thankful and glad that I was given this opportunity to be able to be with you this midweek service. My name is Roberto Kidem Indong. I am 47 years old. My wife is Buena Fe Indong. She is turning 46 this November. We've been married for 19 years, and we were blessed by the Lord with 2 beautiful children. One is a boy and the other one is a girl. My son is Josiah Julius. He is 17 years old, and he is a senior in high school, Lord willing. He'll be able to go to college next year. And then my daughter is Eunice Ruth. She is 11 years old, and she is in 6th grade. Okay. So I'm working with the Calasiao Town Proper Church of Christ back there in my country. We live in a small town in the province of Pangasinan. After so much prayer and planning, we started the congregation shortly after my return home from the School of Preaching at the East Tennessee School of Preaching and Missions. So we rented a small building that could only accommodate about 20 people. So by that time, we were gathering there with just 10 people regularly, with me, my wife, our nieces, and our nephews. We did everything for the Lord in order to grow the church. Then there was a point of time that we were about to give up because it seems that there's nothing happening with all our efforts. But we thank the Lord because He has given us the Spirit not to give up, but to continue doing it until the Lord gradually bless our effort. And from 10, it jumped to about 20. So we outgrew the rented space, the small rented space. We looked for another bigger space, and then we continued whatever things we were doing. One of the things that we were doing is to have the feeding program. We went to the street. We called for the children to come to the church building, and we feed them there. And then we also had the ministry to go to the hospital, visit the sick, encourage them, and then prayed for them. We've been able to talk to them for a few minutes. We asked for their prayer requests. We asked for their personal information, contact number, if they want to have a further visit. And through that, we've been able to visit some of the patients, and they became members of the church until now. Also, of those children that we fed, some of them continued to go to the church building, attending Vacation Bible School and other things. And then when they grew up, they became members of the church. Okay, so the Lord continued the work of the Lord there until such a time that we need again to find a bigger building. We prayed to the Lord that the Lord would provide us a church building where we can come together. And so the Lord blessed us through His provision. We had now the church building, and we continued whatever things we were doing. And for now, the church has been blessed by the Lord. So from 10, we are now about 100 people, including the number of children and visitors. And through the Lord's grace and blessings, we are about to install elders and deacons this December. Then after that, if the Lord is willing, I am planning to work again with a smaller congregation. And we would have again a 10-year vision and mission, because that is what we did with the congregation that the Lord blessed from 10 to 100. We had the vision and mission for 10 years. So Lord willing, we will do that again. We will carry that out with this new congregation that I will work with. And may the Lord continue to bless us. So after installing elders and deacons, I will not immediately leave the congregation, but I will continue to work with them. If everything goes well, after 3 months or 4 months, then I will gradually withdraw my membership there and work with the smaller one. So thank you so much for this opportunity to talk a little about the congregation that the Lord established there through me and other workers in the Lord's kingdom. May God bless each one of us. May the Lord continue to bless also the work here and give knowledge and wisdom to all of you, especially the leaders, the elders, and the deacons. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow. Was that encouraging or what? Roberto, I want to pray with you. Father, thank you so much for Roberto, for his family, for his heart, his love, Lord, for people, for the lost, for your kingdom. God, we are just amazed when we hear stories like this of such dedication and sacrifice and service. And thank you for the growth, Father, there they've experienced, and for this new church plant that's about to begin. And know, Father, that you will continue to bless Roberto. Give him safety, God, as he travels here real soon back to his homeland. And continue to bless him richly, Lord. Fill him up with your Spirit. In Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roberto.
His wife, they call them prospects, whoever they're trying to teach, and his wife was one of his prospects. So that tells you why you need to become, these young men can become preachers.
That's right. Exactly. I must also say, you look 27, not 47. But thank you.
A missionary in the Philippines. And he attended the Carnes School of Preaching over there in Orange. So he graduated from there and he's been in the Philippines for the last, how long? 15 years?
15 years.
Hey, sorry, I'm coming in late.
Oh, you're fine. We were introduced to Roberto. He was telling us about the work that he does in the
Yeah.
Philippines.
I was
So,
listening out the
yeah.
lobby. I didn't want to walk in while we was talking.
All right.
It's nice.
We are in Matthew 25, 14 through 30. So this is the parable of the bags of gold that we studied on Sunday. Somebody want to read 14 through 30?
Again, it will be like a man going on a journey. He called his servants, and he entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5 talents of money, to another 2 talents, and to another 1 talent, each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received the 5 talents went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more. So also the one with the 2 talents gained 2 more. But the man who had received the 1 talent went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received the 5 talents brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 talents. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. The man with the 2 talents also came. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 2 talents. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you over many. Put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Then the man who had received the 1 talent came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your talent in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. Well then, you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers, so that when I returned I would have received it back with interest. Take the talent from him and give it to the one who has the 10 talents. For everyone who will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. It is.
It's scary, isn't it? It sounds scary. Keep it in the context of what last week's was. You remember last week's story was about the 10 virgins and their lamps. And is everybody okay over there?
I dropped something when I was reading it, Phil.
Yeah, so keep in mind the 10 virgins, because these are butting up right against each other, and there'll be another one that comes after this one. So Jesus would tell those stories, and each time he told the story, a lot of times it's the same story, or it has the same principle. But you see it from a different angle or viewpoint. So do you remember last week's about the 10 virgins and the oil, and what was the basic problem?
Be prepared.
Yeah, they weren't prepared.
Somewhere.
And since they weren't prepared, they missed out. And they knocked on the door and said, "Let us in." And he said, "I don't know you. Depart from me, I don't know you." Also a hard one to swallow.
Yeah, plus if it's about every person is responsible for their own salvation.
Yep. You can't rely on others.
Danny can't get me to heaven.
My papa was a member of this church. No, don't worry.
No bueno. So, and the one, so you got the 10 virgins, then these bags of gold, then we'll have the sheep and the goats that'll come up next. But what does it, when you first hear the story, what does it sound like to you? What do you think the principle is here? Is it the same principle about being prepared like the first one?
You didn't do anything to get, the one didn't do anything to get prepared.
Okay.
The other people did.
Were they instructed
No.
to go and make more?
No.
Okay. So, because I was thinking about that. One, were they told what to do, in that situation? But they felt like they
Knew what they needed.
knew that what they needed to do. And I think that to me, one of the key couple of words in here is in verse 24, where the third person, the third man who had received the one bag, he says, Master, he said, I knew that you were hard. I knew that, so he is making a characterization. He's characterizing the master and saying, I know what kind of person you are. I knew you were like this.
Harvesting crops that he didn't plant. I mean, he took.
Yeah, he makes it sound
He
like
took from
he's
somebody
a what do you call that?
A thief.
Yeah, well, yeah. If he's a master, I guess maybe it's not thievery, but
No.
it's you're taking advantage of others' work, I guess, or others' things. But yeah, that's so. Just keep those things in mind as we're kind of looking through here. So it says, what did the master entrust to each servant before leaving on his journey? So you were saying talents.
Well,
You're
mine didn't say talents, did it? Mine says money.
Thinking. Well,
mine says bags. Bags
Well, it
of
does
gold.
say 5 talents.
5 bags of silver.
Mine say talents.
And the man.
Yours says 5 bags of silver?
5 talents.
You said talents.
Mine says talents.
yeah,
Okay.
talent weighs 75 pounds.
Okay.
Mine says bags of silver.
Bags of silver, yeah, and mine just says
Is 75?
5 bags of gold. So,
Okay, so gold.
so either, it doesn't really matter.
But it's something
It's
valuable.
of value, yeah, it has value.
Great value.
It's great value, and they've been entrusted with it. It's been given to them. What's that?
I said I may be wrong though, but wait a minute.
When have you ever been wrong?
I'm saying, wait, yes. You're not supposed to
You
tell
know him
that.
very well.
Were we supposed to bring bread? Sorry, sorry. I just had to keep the streak going.
Talent, though, is
Says
a
it,
measure of money that
it
it's
says
like
it was
a whole
worth
bunch.
more, one talent was worth more than $1,000 is what the footnote down at the bottom says.
Yeah, mine says about 20 years of a day laborer's wage.
That's
Yeah,
a
for
lot.
about 20
So-
years.
20 years.
So it's big, it's substantial, what they've been entrusted with.
First off, he was, giving them the opportunity to handle something that was his, that was very valuable. So he put that in their hands and entrusted it to them.
You wonder, and I hadn't really thought about it before, but as I was thinking about this, because it says that he entrusted his wealth to them.
I mean, there was a lot.
All of it.
So he has,
Was it all his wealth? It wasn't all his wealth.
I think that's what
Is that what it's?
yeah, it's a great deal either way.
Yeah.
And but when you entrust something to somebody, what are you doing? Are you
You're investing.
Expect them to
you're
take
following
care of them.
to take care of it? Yeah,
You have to take care of it because you trust them with it.
yeah. So you're trusting them. So you're
Like I wouldn't just hand that to just anybody.
right.
So you assume that they were loyal servants.
They are, yeah. And he is still considered in this case a master,
Right.
whatever shape, form, or fashion that takes.
Well, it also sounds like that the one who got one talent or one bag of gold, trying to avoid the blame by putting part of it on his master by saying you're hard.
Oh yeah, yep, for
I
sure.
didn't make any money because I was afraid of you.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I scared.
But I had never noticed that it said that you harvested off other people's crops,
I didn't either.
You
That
had
means
to-
he's shrewd.
He had
He was
taken from other
shrewd.
people
Yeah,
that he hadn't planted.
that's the word I was
right
looking
there.
for. Shrewd.
Yeah.
So he was shrewd in the respect he knew how to manage that to get it, or
he
he
just
didn't just
took
take it. Was he?
I don't know.
I mean,
You're
it
not
could
really-
be, he
yeah.
could, I mean, it might be like he gathered it from wild resources, or reaping where you haven't sown. It doesn't mean,
Right.
I mean, it doesn't mean he had to steal it, I guess.
Right. But it seems to sort of imply that
Yeah.
He wasn't real
He's-
honest.
he's
he
saying
wasn't.
it in a-
He hadn't done the work, but he was taking
credit.
the credit or
Yeah.
the benefits of it. But okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So so
I knew there was just like,
yeah. So it's a 2-pager. I remember that. So how did the servants with 5 and 2 talents respond to what they were given? They both doubled it, right? And it says that. And how did they do it?
They invested what they were given, right?
it didn't say
Yeah.
where they invested.
Right. It just says the man who had received 5 bags of gold went at once and put
They
his
had a good
money,
Financial counselor.
put his money to work. It's just, it's
Yeah,
not,
it could be-
it's
could be a
not
lot of
his
things.
money.
Yeah.
I think that's funny that it calls it his money.
Yeah.
Well, he was entrusted with it, so it was his at the moment to do something
I
with it.
guess,
Right,
yeah,
right.
that makes sense.
He gave him,
But he put his money to work and gained 5 bags more, and also the second puts his money to work, and gains 2 more. So the one who had the 1 talent, this is still a lot of money. This is 20 years' wages for a day laborer.
Day labor, yeah.
And he takes it and he buries it and he puts it in the ground.
He didn't have a financial counselor.
I think what I'm trying to show there is that the guy with the 1 talent is the Hebrew nation. And God gave him his word, and they didn't spread it. They kept it esoteric or close to
Kept
them.
it close to him.
They didn't tell anybody about it.
Didn't share it. Yeah, didn't try and grow it.
Furthermore, they were uppity.
Yeah, that's good points to remember, because Jesus isn't just telling a story for the sake of telling a story, or to tell 3 stories that are similar.
He's making points.
He's definitely making a point, a pointed point.
Again, 3 is the number that's used a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so it says, okay, we said what he did. Why did he do it? Why did he take it and bury it? When you bury something, if it's a treasure, you usually bury it for what reason?
To not have to dig
To
anything.
keep it safe.
To keep it safe so that nobody else can get it. You don't want anybody else to find it, so you bury it. You just remember where you buried it.
Yes.
Apparently that's a thing.
Yeah.
When people go back.
Jars buried.
No, I don't have any jars buried. I just don't know where I buried them.
I heard him when I was 10, and now we don't live there anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't say that. I was going to talk about when I mowed the grass. Back in our backyard, there are some rock gardens, and that's where they buried the people before have buried their pets that have passed away. So I've been a couple times. I've hit those rocks and slung them, with the lawnmower. I've been tempted to dig up all those rocks, but I'm like,
You can't cause
I don't really want to do that. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it has no application whatsoever to this. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's right. So how did the master respond to the faithful servants? Okay. Are they faithful servants?
They can live happily with him. Basically, they will be included in his happiness.
Yeah. Well, and he actually calls them that, doesn't he? He actually calls them,
My good and faithful.
yeah, well done, good and faithful servant. He's responding to them that they're faithful servants. And because of what they had done, then they would be, as somebody said, part of his family, or
They would be.
they'll be in
charge
trust.
of-
Yeah, they'll be entrusted or in charge of other things, many things. So they've it kind of sounds like a proving ground where they have been found loyal, trustworthy, so they'll be entrusted to do other things, more things. But what does he call this third one?
Lazy, wicked,
Wicked, lazy servant.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to find it. I was afraid.
See, I'm still confused about this sown and gathered.
I know.
Do what?
I'm still confused about
Yeah,
this.
I knew you were a hard man.
Yeah.
Harvesting where you have not sown. In other words, you're taking crops that you did not plant.
Okay.
And gathering where you have not scattered seed.
It could be negotiations, like if you work a deal for somebody else's produce.
Sharecropping.
Yeah,
Don't they
things
call it
like
something like
Somebody
that?
could have left their field and he just
Yeah.
went and
Yeah.
gathered up, you know, he just moved in.
But why would that be why he hid? I still don't,
Oh.
I can't get
Well,
it.
he was keeping it safe.
He's
I mean, he
afraid.
wasn't-
I think he was
didn't go out and
afraid.
gamble
It says that
Yeah.
he was afraid.
He kept it safe.
But I think he's using that as an excuse, but he was afraid of losing it completely, maybe.
Proverbs says that the fear of man bringeth a snare. So you can't be fearful, which reflects your lack of trust in Jesus Christ. So
That's what the point is.
And the thing is, he's afraid because of how he thinks the master is.
Going to react, yes.
That's his perception of the master.
But then the
Why did-
master comes back and says, so you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not gathered seed. Well, then you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers. So he was,
Well, I think it depends on how he says that. He says, oh, so you knew that I was that way. Then you should have done this. As opposed to, well, you knew that I was, so you should have done this. You know what I'm saying?
should have done something
It sounds-
different. So,
Yeah.
so did the other guys do something where they made investments in somebody's
Well, number
crops
one,
that
they
didn't sow the
they
seed?
didn't seem to be afraid. They didn't seem
The
they.
first guy invested his money. The second
Invested
man,
in what, though? That
Well-
could be many things.
Yeah, it
well,
could
it doesn't.
He just
said
grew it.
He grew his money.
He did
The
something.
second guy went out and worked for his 2 more talents.
third guy buried it and didn't do
So
nothing.
so the third, hang on,
And he caused him to
the man who received the 5 at once, went at once, and put the money to work. The man who had chewed.
Gained 2 more. This says.
Who had
went
received
to
5
work
bags,
and gained-
put his money to work. So also the one with 2 bags of gold gained 2 more. It just summarizes. It doesn't say. But either way, they both were busy about increasing the master's wealth.
Well, it
And they
also
were-
shows that the guy who hid it in the ground had a fear of his master, which shows that
He don't trust him.
a lot of people today don't understand Jesus Christ. And so they're fearful of his condemnation of them.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something about the there is definitely, I mean, you got to keep, we have to keep this in, Jesus is teaching. He's teaching his disciples here. And it's not so much about bags of gold and doubling either way. But it's a mindset.
It's a real,
It's a mindset of how they are approaching what's been given to them by their master. So,
Because the verse very before that says, therefore keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour.
right.
I'm glad I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like cat on a hot tin roof.
So, okay, so let's see what some of these other questions are. Interpreting, what does it mean? What do the talents in the parable represent? Money, gifts, opportunities, responsibilities.
I think any of them that we have, that we don't use
And who gave them to us?
God.
Yeah. So that's very important.
It all
These are,
belongs to him.
yeah,
It's just what do we do with it?
right. And so, yeah, any one of those things, they used their gift, they used the talent, they used the resource to gain more for their master. So I guess in our sense, we would say you're using your gift to honor God, to
And bring more people to him.
to make him known on a larger scale, on a grander scale, bringing others to know him. And they're not responsible for the growth. They're responsible to spread the seed. In other words, like
To make it grow.
yeah,
or to make it-
God gives growth. They just use their talent.
You have to put it. I
You
can't
put it to
sit
use.
at home in my chair and say, "Ooh, I got money today," but
Mm.
I'm gonna sit here
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah. So same with the second, but the third one chose not. I'm just trying to keep them all together. The third one chose not to go out and use that talent or use that ability or use that whatever.
Whatever's
To-
given to
Whatever's
them.
Yeah.
given to us, and everybody's is different.
Right.
But in the story, the third one is also making a statement about the master.
Throwing it
It
back.
says, "I knew that you were like this." He makes a characterization of who God is, basically, or a characterization of the master.
That gave him the talents.
And so he's there's something to me about that. I don't know exactly what that is,
It's
but
almost like he knew that he didn't use it correctly, but it was kind of your fault because
it's kind of a
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
excuse. Somebody
Yeah,
said he was using
It's kind
him.
of your fault,
Yeah.
because I knew you were going to fuss anyway. So
Yeah. So it's So you're right there. You are making that assumption. I don't know if you'd call it an assumption, but you're characterizing.
Yeah, it's a
God.
character
And
assassination.
you're saying
he's
I
excusing himself in his mind for burying the talents.
for choosing not to do so. Now, how does that relate to the oil and the lamps? What did we say each person
Had a responsibility.
Each person had a responsibility to do, to be prepared, to prepare. So I think those
The
two go
return of their
together.
master.
Yeah, I think
Be
those two
prepared for
kind
the
of,
return of the master.
yeah. All right, so why do you think the master gave different amounts to each servant?
He probably knew what they were responsible for.
Yeah, and not everybody will receive the exact same reward based on what they do. In other words, I don't mean that. I'm not saying this is a rewards-based
Yeah.
thing, but I'm saying
You may not
There
make
are-
as much with something you have than
well,
Monty?
but
Is that what you're saying?
go ahead.
It just shows that he expects you to do what you can with what you
With
do
what you
have.
do have,
Because if you think about the guy with 2 talents, he had, in the end, he only had 4 talents, but the guy with 5 talents had 10. But God didn't reward the guy with 5 talents more, or the 10 talents more
right?
than the 4 talents.
What was it Mark said that kind of led him to believe that there may be things jobs in heaven?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
it doesn't matter what I do,
Yeah.
Pushing clouds.
As long as-
Pushing
Yeah.
clouds.
Pushing clouds.
That was
his daddy.
That was his daddy.
as long as you're there.
Yeah, I used to always
Just
say
won't be
it.
there.
It just let me in the door. I'll
Yeah.
sweep the floor. I don't care.
I'll pick up the cloud dust.
It is interesting to think about and try to think what it
that
looks
means,
like.
yeah.
What it looks like, what heaven looks like. It's an interesting thing to contemplate.
All I know is Jesus is gonna be there and God, and I don't have to worry about that.
Go to the application.
That's all right. Application. All right. How we doing? 15 minutes. Application questions. What talents, resources, time, abilities, opportunities, what talents has God entrusted to you personally?
Well, Luke, the Gospel of Luke says, to whom much is given, much is required. So, you know, God, how could you get much more than God's word? There's no way. So it's very, very essential that you do tell people and show people.
Yeah. And you're going to show it differently. You're going to show it differently. Everybody's going to show it differently. And some, you know, some people have the ability to just bring in, just
Yeah.
bring them in, and I'm trying to bring one.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy, just come on. You can do it. You know what I'm saying? So, and some people have that ability through their talent. They're using their talent to honor God and bring others to know Him. And that's the expectation. Being prepared. In other words, we know, like you go back to the oil and the lamp, is knowing, using your noggin.
You need to go buy
We're gonna,
oil
we're,
and
we're
have
go-
it.
yeah, there's the good chance that it's gonna be late. Pretty much every wedding I've ever been to, that happens. You know, you're delayed in some way or another. So get some oil to be prepared.
And don't let your thinking be stinking.
No stinking thinking. That's right. That's right.
Quote of the night, huh?
No stinking thinking.
No stinking thinking.
Yeah, so is it, whatever those things are that we're entrusted with, those are the things that we use, and some people are people, and some people are not,
But they still.
but
got
they
ability.
still have an ability to be kind, to honor, other people, to help folks with the mundane of life. If you're a caregiver, if you're a caregiver, no, you cannot be, when you're a caregiver, you cannot be out doing everything for everybody. You are a caregiver and you are giving to that person every single day, every hour, all day long, every day. And so that is a talent, and that is what you're entrusted with.
It's your gift.
Yeah. Well, some people who are caregivers might not necessarily think of it as a gift. You know what I'm
That
saying?
gift to be able to.
Yeah. And
I know.
but it's like there are times if you're a caregiver, you feel like you should be doing more, but you can't because
Well, you're stuck.
you've got that. You've got that. It's a dilemma that's a real deal. In what ways might fear keep us from using our gifts for God's kingdom? Because that is an element in here. He was afraid. He said he was afraid.
Unknown,
What's that?
the unknown,
The fear of the unknown.
not knowing, if it's gonna be for good or bad. I mean, not everything we do turns good.
Well, there's a risk. There's risk involved every time you go out or you talk to people. There's a risk of being yelled at,
Yeah.
rejected,
Beat up.
Yeah, physically attacked.
assaulted. Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, it's more words than anything.
Don't you know that I keep thinking about that woman on the train. The people on the train sat there and watched her be killed,
Nobody.
And
That
nobody.
was the weirdest thing.
Nobody.
Nobody went to her
Everybody,
defense.
yeah.
Immediately, everybody should have went and said, hey,
Yeah.
grab that guy by the ears.
And so, but you know, like, you know, so many people are like,
It's not my business.
I just want to, they're in their own little world.
It's not my
How many
job.
times have you seen people in their own little world with their headphones on and they're, you know,
Well, that's what her issue was. She had him and was not, nothing around, you know, it's like.
just engulfed,
focused
yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
But
And I don't know about those around her, if they were also in the same,
Most of everybody we saw on the train was like this.
Yeah.
With their headphones on, hat kind of pulled down over their eyes. They just got on the train and they sat down.
yeah.
They
So,
didn't look. They didn't look at you. They didn't.
and, you know, for that matter, some people could have been afraid of whoever this
Oh, yeah,
person
I'm sure they
was,
were.
you know.
Well, Book of Timothy says that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. I'm still working on it.
366 times God says
Do not fear.
in this book.
You think I'd get it from all that?
I don't know too. I mean, some people. Was it late? Do you remember what time of day it was on the train?
I do not know.
I just wonder if, I mean, I had an experience one time driving and I was very tired and I stopped at a red light and I saw a fire engine was coming toward me and I thought, I wonder where the fire is. And I looked to my right and there was a car on fire right beside me and I didn't see it.
Oh,
You
my
know?
goodness.
Like,
Oh, my
It
goodness.
wasn't like, it was like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were at a red light like this. The fire truck was coming for that car and I mean, I don't know, like there are times when you just don't see what's coming.
We can be very
How
much.
many times do you drive down the road and do you see homeless people or do you not?
Yep.
Or have they just become a vision that you don't even appear to anymore?
Yeah.
Blinders
Yeah.
up to them.
Yeah.
I worked downtown for 31 years.
I watched them and I seen them.
And yeah, when it's every single day, you see them and they're asking for money and all of that. And, you know, TVA said, don't give them anything. And I was like, you're not the one hearing their story.
Right.
And it just depended on their story. And they could tell some good stories. They could tell some great stories.
And guess what?
But there were times when
We
you
were
felt
individuals and
like,
we were allowed
yeah,
to do whatever we wanted to
Yeah.
do, but they didn't advise us to because it caused,
yeah.
it could cause issues.
Whoa, man.
Praise the Lord.
Whoo! All right. So, how can we be faithful in both little things and big things in our daily lives?
Focus.
What's that?
Focus.
Focus.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Paying
See
attention.
those people.
Yeah.
You know, we often don't have a hard time paying attention to the big things. It's the little things. It's the being kind to somebody you've just watched somebody get chewed out at the line in the store in front of you.
Yes.
Choose out.
Yeah.
Or the person choose out the
Choose,
person.
yeah.
Because I had to wait in line for 15
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah. And then you're the next person in line.
Do you say,
How are you
I'm
gonna?
so sorry.
Yeah. How are you going to treat? How can you change that person's day?
Yeah.
Just by the words that you say and the way that you treat them. And you can set their day on a whole new direction, whole different trajectory just by how you treat them. Or you can do more of the same
Yeah.
and just say, yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
Hell, I can't ever see you doing that.
I know.
I'm sorry.
No, but I've been in that position.
Have you ever been in line where the lady runs her card and there's not enough money?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
give
then
it
they
to
have to take out,
Oh, yeah.
when you take this away,
Yeah.
Oh, no,
And they're
just
re,
put it back.
Have you ever been
yeah,
behind them
Yeah.
and said, just
Just
put
put it
their
back.
bill on mine?
Just put it back.
I just tell them, put their bill on mine.
yeah.
Well, sense of humor is often very good to have.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I used to see people get chewed out, I'd ask the guy, well, what are you gonna sit on tonight? 'Cause you just got your chewed out.
Yeah.
They might not. Depends on
Thank you for catching me.
All right, so what are some practical ways you can invest? Practical ways. I'm trying to let the person on here be able to hear. What are some practical ways you can invest what God has given you rather than burying it?
You kind of need to realize what you have,
Sure. Yeah.
and you need to understand what you have and what you can do with it
For
You need to,
for God.
and people, and everybody needs to understand that it is a gift. It is a
Like
gift from
Bruce could
God.
get up in front of the auditorium and speak. You know, it wouldn't be a thing wrong with it.
It reminds me of this song, just like hiding your light under a bush. Or,
Yeah.
And when people do that, nobody gets to see what's going on and what you've got.
Yeah.
But if you let that shine, then you're sharing
Yeah.
it with everybody.
Yeah, great.
So you just got to get
That's a great
underneath
point.
that little bush.
Yeah.
I think
And-
you have to,
go ahead.
Sorry. Just sometimes you just have to work at what God puts in front of you and stop
Exactly.
looking for the big
The
thing.
big things.
Yes.
Because sometimes.
Or looking at what everybody else is doing.
Right.
Then, well, they're able to do this and that, and
Yeah.
you can't do that. Maybe you can't do that.
Yeah, and also stop thinking that your light's not bright enough because it doesn't matter how bright it is to
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
It's what God sees in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and and it also depends on the darkness around the person that you're shining the light towards. Because if the darkness is dark around them and your flickering light is just barely enough, but it gives light
you. Yeah.
in darkness,
And they can see it.
and they can see it, and that's important. I don't know how many moms I've heard, oh, I just feel like I should be doing more.
Yes.
I feel like I should be, doing all these things, and you're like,
Yeah.
You know, I look at them
you're a
and say,
mother.
there's
You're-
seasons for that.
Yes, you are
There is
taking care
seasons.
of your family.
Yes.
You are raising light.
Yes.
You're raising lights so that those lights will go out. And there are seasons.
You've
Yeah,
multiplied.
everybody
your
lives in
life.
seasons. And I don't care if it's a day or 10 years,
Yeah.
it's still a season.
Yep. So it's just important, like you're saying, being able to see what you have, and then also, using what you have, using what you're gifted with. And gifted sometimes is a tricky word, because people talk about, well, I'm not gifted with anything.
You might just be
Yes,
gifted
you
with
are.
holding your tongue when you need to.
You are gifted
Being
with
able-
life.
Gifted with praying for somebody.
Yeah.
Just gifted with sending a card or whatever.
I always think to myself, you are gifted with the Spirit of the Lord.
Amen.
You are made in the image of God.
So you can.
You are all you need to be,
Sometimes too, there's so much mundane stuff that has to happen to keep this. To keep everything moving, and sometimes the gift of humility to take those jobs
There
is
definitely.
what's needed.
Definitely. Humility is a big one. That is a big one, because there's not a lot of praise, there's not a lot of accolades for the humility and the humble positions that you take, or you have to take at times. So there's not going to be big accolades and pats on the back. but they're necessary and
Very
needed, like you said. So, yeah, that's a great point.
Our world is going to learn very necessary for these trade schools and stuff because
I love trade schools.
I do too.
If I hadn't have been to a trade school, if I hadn't have been through trade school, then I would have not been set on this trajectory to wind up where I wound up. And it was because of trade school. I was in the Knox area vocational, whatever, over there at Halls.
My son was a proud graduate of that school.
That's right. That's right. I went to the.
That was our biggest rival.
Vocational school. He took every class in vocation school. They didn't want him.
Tried them all out.
They didn't want him in the school building. Keep him in the vocational.
All right. Well, the last question was, how does the promise enter into the joy of your master encourage you to serve faithfully?
To get to live with him after this night.
To know that you're going to be the cloud pusher. You get to be cloud
Yeah.
pusher.
Be a cloud pusher.
I'm ready to be a cloud pusher. So today,
Thank you. Oh, goodness.